Welcome back to the InScentive Collection. I be the host, Brandon, and today we are getting into a fragrance called Gravitas. Yeah, check it out. Bam. Not too bad. Eyes on me. Focus. Okay, so we have a Christopher Lee size decant here. All right, let's take a look at the Atomizer. Okay. Maybe they're using the same vendor. This looks very similar, which is a good thing. This is a good thing because it means you're gonna get good distribution. It means you're gonna get a healthy representation of what the actual atomizer will look like instead of like that little spritz. It also means you can save a little bit because you don't have to spray as much. So we're not gonna waste too much time. Get this on the back of the wrist. As you can tell, it's fresh. One more for, whoa, see? That's exactly what I mean. One more for good luck. Now, Gravitas Pour Homme, free shipping. Okay, this is their first acclaimed release. The scent is a magnificent aromatic Fougere fragrance, which is classically inspired while it's the twist of modern niche sensibility with its smooth and seductive base of vanilla and patchouli. A fantastic signature scent for gentlemen of taste. All right, it's 100, well, no, the actual bottle is 100 ml, 20% concentration, made in the United Kingdom. All right. In the notes, you have bergamot, lavender, mandarin, coriander, cardamom, pepper, patchouli, oakmoss, ambergris, and vanilla. The perfumer name is John Steffen. He's an English perfumer with an illustrious career in the industry. He is a man behind the Cotswold Perfumery and has created perfumes for top brands worldwide. He has also created bespoke perfumes for the British royal family. Wow, so this guy has a lot of credentials. What I can tell you is this. This is a very... The cardamom, the Oakmoss is starting to come through. Yeah, this is a very classic scent. Think, gosh, what's in the... So it kind of reminds me of Zarahoff Extreme, like that black bottle that they had there. It kind of reminds me of that. The lavender is a sweet type of lavender. It has that fresh, zingy vibe to it. It reminds me of... Well, initially it did. The more I smell it, the more it starts to go in a different direction. So this fragrance has changed a lot. What I can say is a fragrance of quality. I do think it's a fragrance that smells good. I don't particularly like that patchouli oakmoss combination personally. I really like the opening. Oakmoss is something that's like, you know, kind of smells like dry hay. Not my favorite, but in no stretch of imagination is this a bad fragrance. I think if you like that, you're gonna love this. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. To me, this is a very classic scent. And I feel like the classic profile of fragrances, where I grew up with, you know, Boss Number One kind of comes to mind. You know, what else? Drakkar Noir. That's the one I wanted to say. It reminded me of Drakkar Noir on its initial opening, which is that, you know, vintage barbershop type of appeal. It's in a completely different direction now, so I wouldn't like make that the standard for yourself, but yeah, this is a very classic take on a very familiar profile. I think it's done right. Don't think that it's gonna be anything that, you know, is gonna knock your socks off as far as like, oh my gosh, have you smelled this? Because like, it's a good chance that you smelled this. But what I will say is I kind of feel like people aren't making this enough. it also has this quality of something is coming out of here. It might be the vanilla. I think the vanilla is giving it like this warm creaminess that is very forgiving. And when I say forgiving, I just mean that like it's very appealing. Because sometimes fragrances like this with the Oakmoss, Cardamom, or Oakmoss and Patchouli, they can feel kind of dry. But that vanilla note, in my opinion, is giving it more of a modern appeal, and that's probably what he meant by that. Yeah, while it's the twist of modern niche sensibility. Yep, with its smooth and seductive base of vanilla and patchouli. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Experiencing it in real time. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm very interested to see what else is in the house. I did get the Discovery Kit, which came with this lovely velvet pack. So I can't wait to try more of these out. So far, it's a very strong opening into the house. This is not, you know, your Sergei Laton. This is not Nishane, you know, so let's get that out the way now. But to me, it's definitely in that Zara Hoff realm, like that Molten Brown Zara Hoff realm. Yeah, yeah. Which is not a bad place to be. Let's look at the price here. So this fragrance is $155, taxes included. Yeah, I mean, come on. Plus, I think that's with shipping. Yeah, $155 for this. And I really like the bottle art. It said, yeah, it says that I was just looking, guys, because like it says the notes here, like top notes and stuff like that. But when you look, the actual reading doesn't have that. So I thought that was interesting. It's like, why is, I don't know. But here's the bottle. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I like the bottle. It says bold, it says vintage. I feel like this fragrance has done one more switch up on us. The oak moss is receding. Just a little bit. And I like it more now because of that. Whereas like that Zara Hoff Extreme, it kind of stays in that oak moss realm. I just don't like that smell. But this is like the oak moss is receding and the warmth and the smoothness is coming out of the vanilla. So I add one more point. One more point for Gryffindor. Nice, nice. I like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have you tried this? Yeah, I like this a little bit more now. I like it a little bit more. Thanks for watching. Check out plenty of stuff. One thing I know for sure, YouTube's making some excellent recommendations right now. Check them out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.